Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are continuing our visit to the Nelson-Atkins Art Museum here in Kansas City, Missouri, and we are going to focus solely on the American collection, and they have some amazing pieces. So without further ado, let's go check it out. Here is a portrait of Elizabeth Billboardley. She was married to James Gibson, and they got married in 1817, and they didn't have any children. They lived in Philadelphia, and Elizabeth died in August of 1863. One of the best things about portrait painting is that you get to learn about people. So the painting in front of us is a wedding portrait of Mr. and Mrs. John Custane, and it was painted in 1778. Now, John inherited his father's vast estate near Norwich at the age of 8. His wife's name was Frances, and she was 21 years old when they married, and they ended up having 8 children. Okay, that is not a portrait of George Washington, even though it kind of looks like him. That is actually General Gabriel Christie. He was painted in 1784, and he was a British Army general who was one of the largest landholders in Quebec. And he spent the Revolutionary War not in America, but in the West Indies. If you've seen the videos on the European and the Asian collection, you'll know that the museum recreates a lot of rooms. So there's the cloisters, and then there's an Indian temple and a Chinese Hindu temple. This hall is a house of Robert Hooper from Danvers, Massachusetts. Robert Hooper had amassed his fortune exporting dry cod to Europe, and he was a loyalist. And in the spring of 1775, he allowed his house to be used as the headquarters for Lieutenant General Gage, and this was just prior to the battles of Lexington and Concord. The next 2 paintings are from Missouri native Thomas Hart Benton, and he has a studio here in Kansas City, and we are definitely going to go check that out. And this is called Persephone. And this is based on a Greek myth. So when Hades, the god of the underworld, kidnaps Persephone, her mother Demeter refuses to let any of the crops grow until her daughter is returned. Zeus relented, but only partially. He allowed Persephone to emerge from the dark underworld for 6 months out of the year, and this explains why we have winter. This is a view from Manhattan looking across the Harlem River towards the Bronx. And here's an interesting piece of trivia. This painter, Ernest Lawson, he studied at the Kansas City Art Institute, and he even returned to teach. This is a portrait of Miss Cecil Wade, and it was painted in 1886. She was the 23-year-old wife of a London stockbroker, and the reason I love this painting is because she looks so prim and proper sitting there in her London drawing room. I really do feel it captures a bygone era. Wow, these cut glass vases are so beautiful. Can you guys see how they are twinkling and sparkling? So the tall one is 42 inches tall, and it is from Quaker City Glass Company. The shorter one is Gorham Manufacturing, and that is 37.5 inches tall. Can you guys just see how they glimmer and shine in the light? Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, I have so many things to say about this piece. Does anyone else see the ghost faces in the windows? I see them. I can't not see them now. So this Mammoth Bookcase was made for the International Exhibit of All Nations that was held in New York in 1853. And what this is, it is a top-of-the-line sales piece. So what they were doing is they were showing you what they could do, and it could be scaled down. So the elements of this piece could be mixed and matched, and you could create whatever you wanted. You could have 6 spires, or you could have 2 doors. You could make it the perfect piece for your home. And I love it. I think it is beautiful, even with those ghost faces. Hey guys, thanks for joining me on this little visit to look at the American collection here at the Nelson-Atkins. If you're interested in more of the Nelson-Atkins, go ahead and hit that playlist because there are more videos. See you guys next week.